Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willowvine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. Okay, I feel like, because we have the Tower card, and then Ascension, which is transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. I kind of feel like something's coming to a close, and, new beginnings are ahead. But I'm very drawn to power, and if you look at this card, like the lightning, it seems very focused on this one tower, on this one building, or structure, I should say, because it's not a building, but it's making me think of when energy, like someone's power or just powerful energy, is just kind of floating around. It's not directed at anyone or anything specific. It's just chaotic and all over the place. But now it's not, because it's fully connected to what it needs to be or who it needs to be, whether it's a problem or person or situation. I feel like I'm finding the connection between, like, through this chaos. Like, this is why all this happened in the first place, because somebody wasn't protected prior, and now they are protected energetically or otherwise. So I feel, and it's not just protected from outside energies like spirit and entities and whatever's. You're protected from that now, but it feels like it's not just about that. It's like protected from your own power, your own inner strength, your own energy. Because it's making me think of when, okay, there's like a constant conduit, I guess, because I saw this little wire nut, and that's what it's bringing me to with this, like, electricity and whatnot. It's just an example, but it's so funny how this stuff comes in, because it's so random. But if you think about it, you have power going through these wires, and you put the wire nut on to ground it out so it doesn't, catch fire or just go wherever you don't want it to go, basically. So this would be protection from that until you need to use it. So it's like harnessing energy, protecting it until the time is right to utilize whatever this is. It could be a spiritual gift, but it feels like energy, strong energy. Because what's making me think of is, this happens to me a lot, and sometimes it is spirit doing it, and other times it's my own energy. And I know that there are some of you that this happens to as well, because you commented in the past about it. But like certain electronics or lights will flicker around me, not all the time, but I noticed when it does happen, I'm either emotionally charged, or it's around a full moon, new moon. It's weird how the moon does affect our energy, just saying. But anyways, regardless of moon cycles, it's when I'm emotionally charged or doing something, like exerting myself. So when I was painting the room and rearranging, my light kept turning off. I wasn't angry or anything, but I was exuding a lot of energy, and I'm like, what the fuck, stop it. But I kept hearing, it's you. So it was my own energy. And that would be where I don't want the energy to go, because it wasn't capped off. But I feel like it is now. Like, if you're not doing it yet, you're going to be utilizing your own energy, your own inner power, basically, in a more direct way, versus having it just all over the place. Because I feel like you're more connected now. And that's just the beginning of whatever this is. So if you created a little bit of destruction with whatever you're doing, or through the ascension process, it's okay, because whatever breaks down for us is meant to break down for us. And, it feels like practice makes perfect with this type of thing. And if you don't really know what's going on, or you don't understand what's happening, it's kind of hard to fix it or change it or do anything in that situation until you have that understanding. So I kind of feel like somebody's coming to an understanding of their own inner power, ultimately, and what they're fully capable of. So that's pretty cool. This doesn't feel like self-destruction, but it does feel like very powerful energy where it could have created a lot of setbacks or self-destruction for yourself in the past because you might not have known what was going on, what was happening, because it feels pretty intense. This is like energy coming from everywhere, not just from yourself, your higher self, but just it's all around. Because I kind of feel like this energy is just swirling all around me, but it's not like intended for me kind of thing. So it's not like anyone's putting it on you or anything like that. It's just the elements, feeding off from the elements without realizing that that's what you're doing, or that's what you did in the past. It just feels like there's growth here because I'm staring at the butterfly now, and that's a process all in itself, getting its wings, coming out of the cocoon. Some of you, through this sense of self-discovery and figuring out your capabilities, like what's true for you and what's not, you're getting ready to show it off. That's what it, because the butterfly is not flying, it's sitting there like, look at me. You don't even know what I can do yet. You don't know what I'm capable of. Let me show you. That's what this feels like. You might be waiting for this breakdown to happen before you like set course. But that's part of the new beginning. It's not show off energy. It's let me show you. It's because I'm looking at the butterflies being really pretty, and it's like all this, it was hard work to make something beautiful, to set the scene, I guess. That could be with a sense of self, like healthier lifestyle, doing things like that, bettering yourself in whatever way. But I'm feeling it from like a visual standpoint. So this is like, I'm just sitting pretty right now. I'm getting ready to soar and show the world what I'm made of, or show a specific person or people what I'm made of. So you're getting ready to embark on a new adventure, but I feel like your past self is going to be unrecognizable within this energy. So anyone who knew you once upon a time definitely don't know you now. Or they won't, like, whoa, you did a 180. That's what this feels like, which can happen with the ascension process and through growth and healing, You've come a long way is what I want to say. But I feel like whoever's around you doesn't see this potential. They don't. This is going to be a shocker to somebody, like, almost like I didn't know you had it in you. I didn't know that that was a thing, or that was even possible. Something like that. You're shocking people with your authenticity. There's like a mirror reflection here. I'm seeing the letter E, whatever that means to you, but it's backwards. So it would be a 3. A number 3. E3. It's making me think of battleship now, like, oh, I sunk your battleship. Which is a game of strategy and memory, if you think about it. There's a strategy here. Okay. This is being strategically done. Something that seems so crazy and chaotic actually isn't. It's strategic. It's like all this happened for a reason. This feels very otherworldly to me. It's like everything had to happen this way for whatever this new beginning is to unfold in the way that it should for you. Because there's lessons tied to everything, but it's also to make people see the truth that there's so much more to this world than meets the eye, basically. Because I feel like I'm seeing something very differently. You know, because now I'm looking at all the little dots on the card, and it kind of looks like little fireflies or stars, you know? They look like fireflies the way that they're positioned on the card, and that's kind of what I was thinking of, was fireflies, which are so pretty to watch. But anyways, it's seeing something you didn't see before, and what other people can't. You know, that could be psychic visions and stuff, but it's more than that, because I feel like I have a vision, whether it's psychically or not. Like, it's just a vision for what you want, an idea, basically. It's like, I have this vision, and nobody can see how prosperous it is except for you, because it hasn't been executed yet. It hasn't been done. You haven't put pen to paper. I feel like you're about to, and you're gonna shock someone or someone's with whatever this is, because you're going to bring to life whatever you envisioned, what other people couldn't see for you, what other people couldn't see in the situation. You're going to bring it to life, because you're finally connected fully, probably to source, but fully connected within yourself and balanced. I just heard nobody can mess with you now. So I'm not sure what that means for you, but nobody can mess with you or mess with this. So if anyone was causing setbacks in the past for you with projects or just ideas that you may have, this is untouchable now. Nobody can do or say anything to sway you one way or the other, to change this for you, to ruin it for you, because all the faulty foundations have already crumbled to the ground. It's like whatever you fell for in the past, you won't fall for again. You're not gullible. There was a learning curve here on what to do and what not to do. Because I feel like I'm sitting still. Because with the butterfly, like I'm sitting still, just waiting for this shit to crumble all around, to whatever. For the chaos to calm down. For the energy to be still. For people to go away, to shut their face, you know, whatever it is. Because it feels like either putting yourself out there, maybe talking about your life, sharing shit on social media or with friends and family and whatever. And it's going from like being more social and open, like a wide open book, to a closed, hidden book, where it's like, yeah, nobody knows anymore. Nobody knows anything about you, or they know very little, because you're just sitting there waiting for the dust to settle. And you're going to come out like with a bang. Come out of this with a bang. Because I just kind of feel very hidden, and then whoop, here I am. That kind of thing. Oh, you thought I gave up. Oh, you thought I was done with this. You thought this was over. Woo, hello, Mopo. That's kind of what this feels like. There's someone in this energy that can't predict your next move, because for one, they're not psychic. But you seemed pretty predictable before. Maybe you had a routine, or you always did things a certain way, whatever. But that's different. That's changing. Whatever you did in the past, there's a change here. You're not fearing this change either. Somebody else might be. I just feel like I don't know what to expect from you, and it's kind of freaking me out. So someone is afraid because they're not 10 steps ahead of you, and they can't be because they don't know your next move. They don't know how to sink your ship because you changed up your routine. They don't know where you're going to strike next. That's what that feels like. And it doesn't feel like, attacking people or anything. It's just like, where are you going to pop up next? Trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness, toxic drama, arguments, incompatible. You're not stuck in this toxic loop. Maybe somebody wanted you to be, or they tried to keep you stuck in a level of toxicity, you know, invoking fear to keep you stuck. Like, you have no options. You can't fly. Maybe somebody's looking at you that way, like, oh, you're just sitting pretty because you can't move, you can't do anything, you're stuck. But you're not. You're not stuck. But someone's looking at you that way. That could be where the shock is coming in, like, I thought you were trapped in this situation, or I what? Huh? There's a major turnaround here. Give me more on this, like, shit cycle over here. We have consequences. Bad choices, games. Well, let's talk about Battleship. Mixed signals. It's like two can play at this game. And if you look at it, she's got matches, you know, bandaged to her face. And if you light them, that would suck. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you hurt yourself in that way? Why would you do that to yourself? But whatever you're doing is not, it's not hurting you. It's not causing harm to yourself. So if you were keeping yourself, quote unquote, stuck in a situation, it wasn't to create obstacles or setbacks for yourself or problems for yourself. There's a method to your madness here. And someone's going to pay the price for their bad behavior, for not being on the right side of heaven. That's what it looks like. Yeah, because there's some bad choices here. I feel like I'm keeping someone stuck, but are you, or are they? Like, whoever this person is that is trapping someone or has kept them, quote unquote, trapped over a period of time, it's not what they think. Like, you allowed it on purpose for a bigger reason. Probably because there need to be a lot of growth in this situation for yourself, for you to realize, you know, your true potential and where you want to be in life, and you know what you want. And sometimes that takes time. And even if we're around unhealthy people or in a crappy situation, we can still grow in unfertile ground. And I feel like that's part of where the shock is here. It's like, with all this drama, all this negativity, all the problematic people, the situation not being ideal, how the hell did you go from this broken, weak, fearful, naive person to this strong, powerful powerhouse? You know, like, how did you grow within this? Because you take your pain, you take your anger, you take your problems, and you use it as fuel. You fueled your own fire. You did the unthinkable. That's what you're doing. I feel like you already did, and it's coming to a close because this is new moon energy that we're in tonight. We're going to have a new moon lunar eclipse, I believe, so it's going to be some pretty powerful shifts, just saying. But there's something that was ongoing that's just, it's like the slate's going to be wiped clean. It's just going to be non-existent anymore. Like, it, almost like it never fucking happened. Like, you dealt with all these problems in a different dimension, and now you're on a whole different timeline, and it's like, oh, that never happened. I'm good. You're scaring someone. Because this looks freaky. That's what I'm thinking of. Is like, oh man, you're playing a dangerous game. I don't know what this game is. I don't know why it's so dangerous, or why someone's viewing whatever this is that way, or viewing you that way, but they don't know what to expect from you. Like, are you gonna set yourself on fire? What the fuck? Like, that's what it kind of looks like. It's scary. Because her eyes say, try me. I'll do it. Don't think I won't. But whatever this is isn't actually going to hurt you. You're scaring someone. Well, if they were freaking you out and trying to keep you stuck before, I kind of feel like the tables are definitely turned there, where you're so unpredictable now that this person's like, yeah, I don't know what to say or do in this situation because I don't know what you're going to do next. I don't know what you're going to say next. Well, apparently they don't need to know. You know what I mean? Nah, I mean. All right, so give me more on the Tower, please. There's a storm a brewing. And I don't feel this in a literal sense because, I mean, it is stormy and shitty today, but there's a storm brewing. Could be an energetic thing or just a problem. It's making me think of the whole I'm the bringer of the storm energy, where you don't fear the storm, you don't fear the lightning or the thunder, because you are the storm for someone else. Because whatever they tried here, whatever this person or people tried to do in this situation towards you, around you, whatever, is nothing compared to the problems that you can bring forth for them, whether it's intentional or not. I don't know, you're freaking someone out. We have the Six of Swords. It's letting go of the past. So there's some past problem that's just, it's obliterated now. It's not holding on to past signs, past connections, past problems, issues, whatever. It's just breaking it down. So it's like it never happened. It's not there anymore. We're moving past the past because that's where the new beginning's coming in. And if you look at it, this tower has hieroglyphics and all that on it. So it's ancient symbols. So there's a sense of symbolism here, or there are signs and symbols that you were paying attention to or seeing in the past that maybe you do remember or will always remember, but it was like a stepping stone for you. It was to get you to let go of something. Like there's a lesson here in releasing past energies, and I kind of feel like whatever you were drawn to in the past, whatever signs you were following, however spirit was directing you, it was to break down a past situation, a major one, so that it could never be done again. It could never be rebuilt. It can't come back around. But it's something you wouldn't have gotten rid of before. You wouldn't have let go of this person. You wouldn't have done whatever you did if this didn't happen. That's why towers, even when they're so destructive, can be so amazing, because they do break down what we need to release, even if it's people, relationships, and whatever that are toxic to us, as we don't always realize where problems stem from, you know? And if you truly care about somebody, it's really hard to let go of them. Or if you're really invested in a project or situation, it's hard to move past it when it's like, I put so much time, energy, effort into this, thought into this, whatever. I can't just walk away now. And then the tower comes in and Spirit's like, yes, you can. This is why you're letting go. And you're going to see why this happened. You're going to see why you had to move on from a person or situation. Because this is in ruins. You know what else is making me think of is like being fascinated, or not just fascinated, with something from the past. Because if you think about it with the ruins and stuff, like anything from ancient Egypt and whatnot, you know, today we're so interested in it, like how they embalmed bodies and the whole death process and mummification and all of that, their temples and their belief systems and whatever they had engraved in stone and all of that. You know, we see glimpses of it. We don't see all of it all the time, because there's so much that was done back then that's been lost over time, you know, so it's just a glimpse into the past. But we hold it in high regard. It's making me think of like when you don't understand something and you hold it in high regard, like this is super significant and important. I mean, yeah, it's important to hold on to history, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that, because we can learn from it. But I'm getting, I don't know, the example here is like when we're holding something sacred and making it seem really important when it's actually not. So, or it's bad, but we don't understand that kind of thing. It's like holding on to something that's not healthy, that's not good. It does not mean what you think it does, but it's important because we got to figure it out. Someone's no longer trying to figure something out. It's like they're going to tear down whatever remains, because it almost feels like it'd be devastating. Like, oh, that was so significant. That was so important. Why the hell did I get rid of that? Or how did that break down? Shit, we needed that. Or I needed that. Or oh no. But it wasn't significant. It's like making me think of when I was a kid, me and one of my friends, we made a time capsule, okay? And it was a big joke, and we did that intentionally. We put stupid shit in there and made it seem like we were aliens and and whatever. It was fun. But the point was like, our thought process was like, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years in the future, whatever, when somebody comes across this, they're going to think that this is how we lived, that this is how life was. But it wasn't. It was just a big hoax. It was just a joke. There's something from history that is quote unquote important as shit, apparently, but it was never important in the past. It's just a centuries old joke. That's what that feels like. Like someone from the past fucking with someone in the future. Because it's funny. Because they're not going to understand. I don't know why that's significant, but there's something like that in here. Okay. I don't know. It feels like a long-standing joke. I mean, it could be a long-standing joke, or maybe you're the butt of the joke in this situation, and, joke's on them now, but whatever it is, it's not as important as someone thinks it is, or as people thought it was. It's not significant. Oh, we have the devil. With transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. What are these? All right. 8 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. That's what trapped, toxic. You didn't give up. It's like this person in the card is side-eyeing this toxicity. Someone wants to keep causing drama. Someone was looking at you as though you were trapped in fear, that you were worried about something from the past, that you're still thinking about something that is still stopping you. That's why you're not flying free. That's why you're not taking this next step. But it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the process. Because the second you fly, you're fucking flying, This is like a major leap, not a baby step. And you're not stopping yourself due to fear or worry or anything like that. You're not trapped in your head and your mind. You're not stuck on the past. But someone's viewing you that way because you're still standing still. It's like you could run. There's an example here that I used years ago. It's like a dog on a run, because it happens with my dog Jackson all the time. Like if he slips his collar or something, he still thinks he's on the run, like on the line where he can't go anywhere, and he stays in this area or whatever, which is a good thing. But anyways, we got him a new collar, so that stops happening. But regardless of the actual dog, it's like this happens with like kidnap victims and stuff, like Stockholm syndrome, where over time the victim, comes to love the perpetrator basically, or there's like some type of connection they form over time. But a bond is built, like where the captor actually starts trusting the victim and vice versa, where slowly they give them a little bit more freedom, and they'll know that they'll always come back, kind of thing. It's something like that, because the dog on the run, it's like doing the same thing. You're still doing whatever you're doing. Like there is a pattern here, but it's not a stuck pattern. You're doing this purposefully to make someone believe that you're still stuck, that you're still tied up. You're still afraid to take a leap. You're still afraid to do this or that, but you're not. It's a tactic. But that's why this person's at a standstill, because they don't know. They don't know what to expect from you. It's like, I think you're still in your head. I think you're still trapped and stuck or something, but I think I still have a hold on you. But do I? Because you are doing some stuff different. Like, do you really know? That's what this feels like. Like, do you really know? I want to know what they're wondering if you know. Do you really know? There's a significance with a ram. I don't know if it's a Dodge Ram or an Aries. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. Well, someone's going to pay. Justice is being served here, that's for sure. I'm going to leave that out. This person's actions were not justified with whatever they did. I feel like there's slander here, like a bad rap. Somebody has a bad rap, reputation. They don't want you to say something. There's a truth that you know, and they don't want anyone to know whatever this is. That could be why somebody was against you in the first place, because they know that you know the truth about them or whatever they got going on, and it's like, are you gonna actually say something, or are you gonna keep this to your fucking self, kind of thing. They were that's probably why they were trying to stop you or make you look not credible in whatever way, shape, or form, so that you wouldn't be believed, because someone's hiding some shit. So the fear that was invoked around you once upon a time, the stress, is going back to this person, that because that's how they're feeling. They wanted you to feel what they were feeling so that you'd be scared out of saying and doing something. But I don't think you're afraid. You were holding back with purpose. Until you had more control in the situation, because it's bringing me back to that chaotic energy. It's like once you have more control over yourself, your capabilities, your purpose in life, just your own emotions even. Now you can approach a person or situation or an opportunity more level-headed, when maybe in the past you wouldn't have been able to. So there's like an incubation phase here that you went through, and now you're coming out on the other side. And it's freaking someone out. It really is. They're afraid of this. We have the Four of Cups, strength. I just heard you will have the strength to reject whoever this is, to turn down this offer, this opportunity, this person, because you're done with it. Knight of Pentacles, that's slow-moving energy. This person never thought you'd reject them, leave them behind, let them go. That it's false, you know. So if you did say goodbye to somebody, they think you'll say hello again, and you won't. You're moving past this person, this situation. You're letting go of the past. Like, there's no rebuilding this shit. It's done. It's not significant anymore. Doesn't matter. But they still think you haven't let go. But you have. They also don't think you see this opportunity that's sitting right in front of your face. But you do. You just don't want it. Because it's like you should take this opportunity. You should fly. You should do this. And you're going, that's not a divine offer. I don't fucking want this offer. I'm not sulking over the past like you think I am. I'm not moving on because of you, because of this, because of all these problems and issues and whatever. That's not why I'm sitting under this tree. I'm just taking a fucking break. And yes, I see what you're handing me. I see what you're saying. I see the sign. I understand, but I don't want anything to do with it. That's not my cup. You know, when someone views you one way and they think they know what you want, whether it be money, love, this, that, whatever, doesn't matter what it is. It's like, I know exactly what will get you up off your ass and what will make you leap in the wrong direction. But it's not what you want. They don't know what you want. They think they do, though. There's someone here who thinks they know you. But like I said prior, they know the old you, and you've grown. You're not the same person you used to be. You're not going to fall for whatever this is. Yeah, you're just moving on. It's just a bad opportunity. Because it feels like I thought you wanted love, cup energy. I thought you wanted affection. So I showed it to you, and you're just like, that's not what I want. Okay. Because there's kind of stubborn energy here, too. But it's a good stubborn. It's not negative. But then it's like, okay, well, if you don't want love, maybe you want money. Maybe you want a gift. Because this is pentacles. It's tangible. And they're like, nope, don't want that either. Not from you. I don't know. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what you want. I just don't know. I don't know. I thought you wanted this. I thought you wanted that. What the fuck do you want? They're not going to know. Because they don't need to know. Because whatever they offer you, even if it is something you don't want it from them. Yeah. Independent energy. You want your independence, basically. You are independent, but you want to maintain that for now. Because then we have the star, which is healing energy. I just heard I want to do this on my own. So it's like I don't need all this crap. It's good to have, but with the right person. I don't know, I just feel like you're doing things very differently than you used to do in the past. There is someone from your past that wants to fix things between the two of you, but I don't know if you have children with this person. If you are, if this is a parent of yours or a child of yours, this person wants you to release the conflict of the past. This person's very conflicted. I feel like they cause problems and probably tell everyone else that you're the problem, even though they're the ones that initiate this bullshit. Because I feel like someone doesn't keep their mouth shut, but somebody else does. Because I just feel like I don't know what you're going to say next. I don't know what you're going to do next. And I don't like that. But it's not you feeling that way. It's somebody looking at you that way. Yeah. They used to be able to read you well, and now they have no clue what you want or anything like that. It's like, stay tuned for this. It could pertain to your work. Something you're working on. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of good ideas here, and I'm just sitting here like going through them all. Like, what's my best plan of action? What do I really want here? And you're not telling anyone. You're just keeping it all to yourself. But you're getting ready to get up out of your chair and say something, do something, take action in a situation. And it's going to shock whoever these people are. Because, like, I didn't know you had it in you. Like, oh my God, I never know what to expect from you. It's like, I got you pegged. Oh shit, no I don't. Like, that kind of thing. That's really what this feels like. Yeah, because you have an idea. Or they do, someone does. Self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. Untapped talents, definitely. It makes me think of, like, when people look at you as though you can't do something, no matter what the subject matter is. It could be a spiritual thing or just something, you need to learn. Like, oh, you don't have it in you to become a lawyer, or you're not smart enough for this or that or whatever. And people are looking at you as though you're always going to work at, like, in retail or something. You're going to always work at some just generalized career is what you're going to have, because that's all you're capable of. And they see you doing that stuff, but they don't know what you do on your own, privately. They don't know that you are reading all these books. They don't know that you're studying for this or that. They don't know that you're passing all these tests. And then all of a sudden you come out and you're bigger and badder than they ever anticipated. And it's like, holy shit, I didn't know that you were learning that. Holy shit. You're doing it all behind the scenes, and you're just gonna come out. It's like, you know, the movie Legally Blonde, the lawyer thing, where everyone looked at her like, whoa, she's a ditch, she's a dumbass. There's no fucking way she's gonna become a lawyer. And then by the end of the movie, she's just like ripping everyone a new asshole. It's the same thing. That's what I'm feeling here. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it makes sense. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.